We are like little boats tossed about by the tides of a vast ocean. We think we're alone, sailing our individual courses. But what if there are hands beneath the waves guiding our journey, pulling us toward unknown shores? What if our lives are nothing but intricate tapestries woven by unseen threads of a grand design? Can we truly trust in our own choices, or are we pawns in a game much bigger than our understanding? Have you ever experienced this unexplainable feeling of disconnection, as if parts of your life are slipping through your fingers like sand? Imagine waking up one morning to a world that seems just a bit off, like a discordant note in a familiar song. You find yourself in your home, surrounded by loved ones, yet everything feels subtly different. The wallpaper in your bedroom has changed. Your car, which you clearly remember driving yesterday, is now parked in the wrong spot. Even cherished family photos seem to mock you with unfamiliar faces. You dismiss it as a lapse in memory, a trick of the light, anything to hold back the rising tide of unease. But then the odd occurrences keep piling up, each one chipping away at your sense of stability. Friends and colleagues share eerie tales of their own inexplicable experiences. A pervasive sense of disquiet settles in your bones. You question your sanity, wondering if you're losing your grip on reality. Are you the only one experiencing these unsettling shifts? Or are others silently grappling with the same unsettling truths? Are you alone in this bewildering labyrinth of shifting realities? What if the culprit behind this creeping dread is a sinister force beyond human comprehension, a malevolent entity that revels in shattering our sense of reality? It's time to confront this haunting enigma head-on. This is suddenly gone, and none of us remembered what happened. Part 2. One evening in late June, people in Istanbul began to notice subtle changes in their environment. Light bulbs flickered erratically. Clocks mysteriously reset. For some, it was as if time itself had stuttered, momentarily skipping a beat. It was unnerving. On the surface, it seemed like isolated glitches in an otherwise orderly world. But beneath the veneer of normality, something was amiss. Something that would soon shatter the very fabric of their reality. Then the strange happenings escalated. Pets vanished from their homes, only to reappear days later, seemingly none the wiser. Cars were found abandoned in the middle of the street, their owners nowhere to be seen. Entire streets fell silent, devoid of the usual murmur of human activity. It was as though entire segments of the city were succumbing to an inexplicable amnesia. One morning, thousands of people awoke to an eerie silence, as if someone had turned down the volume on their lives. Familiar sounds of traffic, birdsong, and distant chatter were muted, replaced by a disconcerting hush. The city seemed frozen in a soundproof box, cut off from the symphony of everyday life. The unsettling quietude was a palpable presence, amplifying the smallest of noises and magnifying the feeling of disquiet. As the days wore on, the silence grew, becoming a suffocating blanket that blanketed the city. The cacophony of urban existence was gone, leaving in its wake a profound disquiet. It was as if the city itself was holding its breath, bracing for an unseen storm. Part 3. Social media erupted with confusion and concern. Users compared notes, trying to piece together this cryptic puzzle. One post caught everyone's eye. It was a photo of a young girl holding a dog. The caption read, "Today, I took my puppy out for a walk, and I saw this amazing dog. I couldn't believe it. I asked the owner for a photo so I could post it online. When I look at the photo now, I wonder if it really happened." The image seemed normal, yet it was the accompanying text that sent shivers down people's spines. It spoke of a reality where memories were unreliable, where the distinction between past, present, and future was blurring. Was it a cry for help? A desperate attempt to anchor oneself to reality in a sea of uncertainty? The internet buzzed with speculation. Had the girl encountered a glitch in the Matrix? Was she reaching out to others who shared her bewildering experience? Or was it simply a figment of her imagination, a delusion born out of a collective anxiety? As more and more people related to her story, it became a rallying cry, a beacon for those who felt they were losing their grip on reality. In the echoing chambers of cyberspace, her tale resonated, weaving a tapestry of shared confusion and mounting dread. In the heart of the digital labyrinth, her story stood out, a single candle flickering in the gathering darkness. Part 4. Amidst this societal upheaval, there was one corner of expertise that found itself thrust into the spotlight: psychology. Suddenly, mental health professionals were at the forefront, their insights and theories hotly debated. The question on everyone's lips was, what was happening to their minds? Had their very essence been compromised? Psychologists offered various theories, each attempting to shed light on this baffling phenomenon. Some argued that it was a collective mass hysteria, a shared delusion that gripped the populace. Others spoke of a psychological contagion, a sort of mass psychogenic illness spreading like a virus. But amidst these explanations, a darker theory emerged. It was as if a chill wind had swept through the ranks of experts, whispering of something sinister lurking beneath the surface. Some began to posit that it wasn't a mere lapse in sanity, but a calculated attack on the human psyche. Could there be an insidious force at play, a malevolent intelligence that was slowly unraveling the fabric of their perception? As these unsettling theories gained traction, the public was left on the precipice of a terrifying realization. Were they indeed under siege? Their minds the battleground of a war they knew not of? What if the answers they sought were not in the realm of psychology, but in the shadows of a conspiracy far more sinister? As they grappled with these chilling possibilities, they were unknowingly stepping into a labyrinth from which there might be no return. Part 5. The investigation into the mysterious phenomenon known as the shifting reality took an unexpected turn when a group of scientists uncovered a series of strange occurrences in a small town in the United States. The town, which seemed like any typical American suburb, became the focus of their attention after several residents reported gaps in their memories. These missing memories were not of mundane events, but of significant life moments that should have been seared into their recollections. Weddings, birthdays, even the arrival of children were erased from their memories as if they had never occurred. This perplexing situation led the scientific team to delve deeper into the town's history, unearthing a series of bizarre coincidences. Over the years, the town had witnessed a number of strange incidents, including bizarre accidents, sudden disappearances, and even unexplained deaths. Each of these occurrences had been brushed aside as isolated incidents, never taken as signs of a more sinister underlying problem. But now, under the lens of this new investigation, these events were beginning to form a disturbing pattern. The scientists realized that they were dealing with a puzzle of immense complexity, one that defied conventional scientific thinking. It was a mystery that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of their understanding of reality. As they continued their probe, they were about to uncover a truth so unsettling that it would challenge everything they had ever believed possible. In their quest for answers, they were stepping into a nightmare from which there might be no escape. Part 6. In the depths of this enigmatic town, the scientists made a shocking discovery. They found that every house had an electromagnetic anomaly, a ripple in the space-time continuum. It was as if each home was a tiny black hole, warping the flow of time and memory. This revelation opened up a Pandora's box of possibilities. The scientists grappled with the implications of their findings, wondering if they were on the verge of a breakthrough or hurtling towards a terrifying abyss. They had stumbled upon a secret so profound that it threatened to shatter the very foundations of their scientific understanding. As they delved deeper, the mystery only deepened, leading them to the brink of a terrifying conclusion. What if their reality was not as solid as they had always believed, but rather a fragile illusion susceptible to the whims of an unseen force? This haunting question echoed in their minds, unanswered, as they continued to probe the depths of the enigma. The truth they were seeking was elusive, hiding in plain sight and taunting them with its nearness. But they were unaware that they were treading on dangerous ground, that they were about to unleash forces that could change their lives forever. With each step they took, they were weaving a tapestry of danger, a web of intrigue that would ensnare them in its clutches. And as the shadows of doubt lengthened, they knew that they were in a race against time. The clock was ticking, and the fate of their reality hung in the balance. Thanks for watching. See you next time.